Do you ever find yourself a little behind on your bills or confused which ones are due on which days and how much? And sometimes you just can't seem to remember or seem to keep track? If you have, this video is for you. Hello, my positive posse. How are you guys doing today? I hope everyone is doing great. I know I most definitely am. If for some reason you are not, let's all make the conscious decision right now to find something to be grateful for, throw those smiles on, and raise our vibrations just a little bit higher. So as you guys know, my name's April Kudwa here with Passion Positivity, and in this video we are going to talk about being more organized with our money matters. Okay, so before we get started, I want to go ahead and say thank you so much to all of the support I've received on this channel. Thank you so much for all the comments. We've been getting so much comments lately, and so many comments, and I truly appreciate that. I love all the feedback. I love the emails, so thank you guys for being supportive. I can't thank you all enough. If you guys have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so below. I would greatly appreciate that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on money matters, being more organized with bills and other affairs that we may have. So I'm sure all of us can think back on a time maybe when it was our younger years, when we got our first bills, even into our adulthood where we have mortgages and car payments and insurance and things like that. And we've all had one point in our lives where we were maybe confused on, did I pay it or not? Am I late? Am I behind? Oh no, shoot. And we all experience that, you know, feeling where we question ourselves, we second guess ourselves. So first I want to talk to you guys about the organization of bills. This is something I do. I'm going to show you guys my actual planner calendar, and then I'll get up and grab you guys my old year's planner so you can really see how I keep myself organized with my bills. So the first thing I truly recommend is getting yourselves an actual planner, you guys. One that you can actually physically write in, not just a dinky little one you walk around with. It could get lost easy. Get yourself a hard paper copy printed out calendar, so you can go ahead and write your dates in there, write what needs to be in there, and so that you can visually see it, not just on a device that you could lose, not just, you know, in some place you might miss. Specifically go out and buy a calendar, a hard copy, big calendar, so you can write these things out, you guys. $10. I mean, I love Home Goods. Home Goods has the best planners. I go there all the time. I get one once a year, always the same type, always the same brand, different design of course, and big enough to where I can actually like go ahead and look in it. So that's what I totally suggest, because when you can visualize it and you can look at it, go back and remember it, sit down, you know, once a week or whatever and go through your bills, it's so much easier than on a laptop or a computer. Physically writing it makes such a difference. That's the first thing I truly recommend, is getting a planner. I'm going to show you guys in here in my planner. This one's for 2020, and I haven't used it as much this year as I have in the past years. So I'll be sure to get one of mine from the past years before and show you the more detailed breakdown that I have. So first of all, I am one of those people who X's out my days. See, I X out my days when the days are done, and I put all of my bills, I don't know if you can really see it here, in green font. I use green font for my bills because it's money related. So I use my little green pen for anything money related, my pink pen for anything exciting happening, my blue pen for any work activities that are going on, etc., and other colors for other events. So I really keep myself organized, not only through a written way, a visual way where I can see it, but also color coded. I find color coding so important, and I always use green because green is the color of money. We love green, right? We love money. Everybody loves money. And I go through in my planner and I write out specifically what my bills are in green. Let's just take here, this is February here, and I write them out in green font. So I have an X to my days, but let's show right here, okay? You see we have my BB&T due, my electric bill due, my car insurance, and I write them out, see up here on the first, mortgage, HOA, things like that. So you can actually see them physically on each day of which they're due and write them out in the green font. When I'm finished paying the bill, I go ahead and cross it out with a black font so that it doesn't blend in with it, so that it stands out separate to show that yes, this is done, this is paid for. Let me grab one of my last year's calendars and really show you guys the detail of how busy it gets. Here's one of mine. Okay, look at this. This is October of, I think, 18. Let's see here. I think this is 2018. Yeah. So look at this month, for example. Do you see all the things here? I have green for the money, green for which days the bills are due, the gym membership. I have highlight here for a certain class I was taking that day. Blue for the work events, black for other different type things, and I really color code it so you can see, so I never miss a day, and make sure I keep each appointment, in there so that it doesn't get missed. So I truly recommend getting a big planner, having it color coded, you guys. It really helps a ton. The next thing I have for you guys is being organized with your bills. One thing that I do when I set up my bills is I stagger them throughout the months. So that way not everything you have is due on the 1st and everything is due on the 15th. When you stagger them out and you separate them, it kind of gives you a chance. Let's say your money's out of whack for something, your car broke down and you had to spend a bunch of money fixing your car, and you had to do it, it couldn't wait. So now you're a little bit in a negative place with your money, not exactly where you want it to be. The first rolls around and all of your bills are there. Your mortgage, your HOA, your apartment rent, your water bill, your electric bill, your TV, whatever bills you have, you don't want to have them all compacted on one day. This is one thing I learned. I'm trying to get here to my bills so I can show you guys. Here we go. How they're staggered. So see in my calendar here, let's go to the first here. The first I have my water, my HOA, and my mortgage. So those are my main home bills here. I could open it up, but let's see. So here I have my cat insurance. And yes, I do pay for insurance for my cat. I love him. And I have, the credit cards, the Chase due here, the electric bill due on this day, the Wi-Fi bill on this day, car insurance. So I have them spread out through the months, or through the days through the month, so I kind of have time. Let's say I needed to put in some extra hours or work a little overtime to make up for that car repair, then I had some time to go ahead and do so that it's not just jam-packed, flooding me over all at once. I would highly recommend that if you guys can move some of your dates around or move some of your bills around so they're staggered. I like to do a few on one day, so like I said on the first, I do mortgage, HOA, and my water bill. Later down in the month, on the 19th, I have a couple things together, and I kind of like to do 2 or 3 on the same days, so those are very, very significant days. And every month I'll never forget, the 1st, the 19th, and the 25th, or things like that. Whatever days I try to isolate them on. They're main days that I'll always remember. I'll always, always, always remember every single month. When you stack it up like that, you separate it through the month and then you stack it on certain days, they become significant days that no matter what, it doesn't matter if you're on vacation, you're not going to forget them because they're significant every month. So that is something I totally recommend with your bills, is staggering them as well. Like I said, sometimes life can be overwhelming, things can happen, your car can break down, some sort of, unplanned expense can pop up. That's just life, it's what happens, so we gotta be ready for it and we gotta be prepared. The next point that I have for you guys for your money matters and being more organized with those is to truly make yourself a budget. I make myself a budget based off of my salary amount and what I make, not off commissions, nothing like that, only on your salary. You want to be able to, if you can, live off of your salary amount only. Some people are just salary, some people are salary plus bonus, some people are just commission only, which are a very, very difficult job. So if that's you, then oh, my heart goes out to you, because that's so hard. But whatever your situation is, make a budget based off of your salary, your minimum amount you can live off of, and write out all your bills. Write out all the expenses, your rent, your mortgage, your insurance, your water bill, your electric bill, your phone bill, your nails, getting your nails done. I mean, that's an expense. When I first started making my budgets for myself, I never considered the little expenses, like getting my nails done. I don't know about you guys, but it's like $65 every time I get my nails done, which is twice a month, every month. You can't really not, I mean, for me, I can't not have them. So that's $125 a month, you know, thing that I don't even think about. That is an expense. That does have to be done. Gas, things like that, getting an oil change. If you can make yourself in a calendar a full year budget of certain things you might think of that need to be done. Your car maintenance, let's say, that needs to be done. You've got an oil change every few months. Different bills that you could think you could miss just going about your daily life, where if you actually wrote out the year and you kind of looked at those, you would know. You know, maybe a vacation in 3 months, I need X amount of spending dollars, whatever it is. So really try to, you know, write all those things out and make a budget for yourself. Make a monthly budget, make a quarterly budget, make a 6-month budget and a yearly budget. And in that budget, make sure you guys have a savings percentage in there. If I could suggest a savings percent, I would say 20%. If you can put some money towards, you know, retirement or some sort of, you know, Roth account, let's say, do that 100%. I would suggest that. But go ahead and make your budget and make sure you continually revise your budget every month, if not every couple months, so you make sure that you're staying on track with what you have and what your expenditure is. Like I said, when I made my first original budget when I moved down here to Florida and I was working, you know, with my job, 3 or 4 months down the line, I had to review my budget that I made and say, okay, no, look, I'm getting my nails done every 2 weeks and this is the cost, you know, certain little things like that. Or my groceries kind of equate to this amount and my average electric is about this amount. And I really had to, you know, dive deep into expenses that you kind of don't think about or you miss. So make sure you're doing that. If you guys have little like fun expenses, let's say, like even apps on your phone, like iTunes apps, YouTube, Spotify, all those little things that add up, like $15 here, $15 here, $15 here. Make sure you go through your phone and review those, maybe, you know, once every 3 or 4 months. Review what subscriptions you're paying for. You can check that in your phone and your Apple account or Android, whatever, and really, like, you can kind of see where money's being put out where you maybe didn't think it was. That's something I strongly suggest when it comes to your money matters, is reviewing all those subscriptions and little costs you don't think about. Another way to stay organized with your bills and your money matters, more so your money matters because we went over bills, is to review your statements. If you guys use a credit card, a debit card, your bank accounts, review your statements every month or every couple of months. Sit down for an hour and review those. Really look over, you know, where am I spending money that I don't need to be? Why am I going to Chick-fil-A 6 times a week when I can make something at home? Why am I spending $70 on shirts and pants every Friday night when I don't need to be? Why am I going to the bar and spending $150 on shots every Friday night? You know, review what you're spending, because sometimes you just go ahead and spend it without thinking about it, without realizing it, especially if your bank account is smiling. So you want to make sure you actually sit down and review those things and say, okay, this is where I can have a cost savings. This is where I can, you know, maybe put some money away. Instead of buying 10 shots Friday night, I can go ahead and put $150 away in my savings or my travel expense account. and you can go ahead and, you know, review where money is being spent that doesn't necessarily need to be spent. You know, when we really take time to look back and review on, even me, just like stupid money being spent here or there, it's like, you know, I could be going on a trip back home to see my family with that amount of money I'm spending on something stupid, or some stupid event that I don't need to go to, or going downtown, or going shopping. I could be spending that money on a trip to see my grandparents or my parents, or, you know, whatever it is. So if you take some time to really review yourself, review where you're at with your budget, you can actually kind of find ways to tweak it in certain ways where it will benefit you more in the long run. And that is so important, you guys, because the long run is what matters. You know, when we have our house, we start our families, we have our kids, all those things that cost a lot of money that we don't think about. One thing for me is when I bought my condo, I did a really big renovation with it. It's so great, it's beautiful, I love it. But what I didn't think about was the ongoing little maintenance issues I would have to fix. The things you don't think about, because I figured, oh, it's all renovated, there's nothing to fix, and then gotta fix the shower door, and then the toilet needs something, and then, you know, it's just the things that you don't think of. Like I said, life happens. So you have to be ready for that. You have to have a little rainy day fund on the side for things like, you know, your car breaks down or someone hits you and now you've got a dent to repair. Little things like that, you guys. Make sure you have a category in your budget that is for that rainy day fund. Those little things that pop up that kind of sting you when they do. If you guys have a certain bill that seems to just be completely, you know, way too much, more than you thought it would, don't be afraid to go farm out with other companies. Let's say your water bill is way too high. Usually that's with one company, but let's say you review it. For me, I'll give you a perfect example. My water bill has been running me almost $120 a month, which is insane for two people in a small condo. But come to find out, my toilet kept running without me realizing it in the guest bathroom, and that was causing me easily $60 more per month than I needed to pay, and I've been paying that for the last year. So that's probably like a good $600 or $700 I could have saved. So you want to make sure you're reviewing things to the finest detail, and, you know, maybe see where you can make adjustments. If it's like a Wi-Fi company, a few years back I was with a certain Wi-Fi company and my bill was X amount for the first year, and then it jumped up $60 more every month without me realizing it, and I just had it on auto pay, so it was just automatically paying itself, and I didn't think about it or consider it. And then about a year after that I realized, and I was like, holy cow, my Wi-Fi bill is almost like double now. What am I doing? So you want to make sure you're aware of your bills. Even if you have something on auto pay, you're not just letting it go. And like I said, if a bill is too high, farm it out with another company. See what another company can give you. If they can give you the same service for, you know, a cheaper price, then go ahead and make that change, you guys. Always be aware. Be very, you know, monitor your bills, monitor what's coming in, monitor to make sure that there's no discrepancies either. Sometimes companies will have a discrepancy, but they don't even mean to, or they don't know, they don't realize, and you just sometimes pay it because that's just what the bill says. A lot of times we just, you know, get bills like the electric bill or the water bill, and we don't even realize something's happening, and we just go ahead and pay it. This is another story that I have. When I first moved to Florida, my electric bill was like $250, and I spent an entire like month-ish over in Europe. I was backpacking Europe, and my bill was $250. How could my electric bill be high when both, you know, me and the other person were in Europe, not even at the house, no lights on, no AC on, no nothing on? And what happened was my meter downstairs was actually reading wrong. So if I hadn't had looked at that, if I hadn't had, you know, noticed, I would have continued to pay off a broken meter, which is a defaulty product from them. So you want to make sure, like I said, you're reviewing things, you're reviewing the details, you're looking at it over a pattern, and really, you know, looking at where things could make adjustments, where you could make an adjustment with maybe another company, and things like that. Seriously, just take some time to be aware. I would suggest once a week you sit down, whether that's on a Saturday or Sunday or Monday, whatever your schedule permits, and review everything. Go through that calendar, like I said here, go through that calendar, make sure your bills for the week are paid and taken care of. Like for me, I'll check every Monday. I make sure everything's taken care of for the week. I make sure if I pay something a month early, I go ahead and cross it off the next month early, and just make sure that I have all my ducks in a row so I'm not missing something or forgetting something. I often go back times too and make sure I check my accounts to make sure that they are paid up in full. I tend to pay my bills about a month in advance if I can, just to be safe, because like I said, life happens, you never know what's gonna happen. And sometimes I will, even though I'll mark it in my book that it's taken care of and paid, I'll go back on and say, okay, let me just double check. Let me just make sure as a peace of mind. So go ahead and review those as well if you guys do kind of get in a tendency of paying a month in advance for certain things that you can pay in advance for. Not everything you can, like water and electric, those kind of are run on a meter, so those things you can't too. But those are some things I strongly suggest you guys. If you find yourself lost or confused with your bills, or it just seems like they're all happening at once, you just can't seem to pay them all because they're all in the first, they're all just, kind of slapping you in the face on the one day of the month, or you seem very unorganized, got a planner. Seriously, this is the best thing you guys can get. Review it, make a budget in that planner, make that your money planner. That's what I do. I have 2 planners. I have a money planner, and then I have a work planner, and my YouTube planner. And so get a money planner, you guys, and do everything money related on there. Even like birthday gifts that could be coming up. Your family's birthday, your grandma and grandpa's birthday, a trip you're going on, whatever it is, go ahead and write those in there so you guys can go ahead and plan for anything that you might not have expected. So I hope this helped you guys. This is very brief, just dealing with your, being organized with your bills and your money matters. If you guys want something more in detail, go ahead and let me know. Maybe how you budget, what you budget on, whatever it is. You guys have questions, let me know in the comments. Please let me know if this helped you guys to give you a little bit of perspective on how to manage those bills and money matters a little bit more organized in an easier way. I would love to hear from you guys. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so below. I would greatly appreciate that. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.